Most people have no clue that by the time you hit 80, half of your muscle mass is gone. That's right, just vanished. It's all because of a brutal condition called sarcopenia, and it's destroying lives in silence. Over 50 million seniors are struggling with it right now. And get this, weak muscles cause more than 300,000 elderly folks to land in the hospital every single year from nasty falls. Now here's the jaw dropper. The Journal of Physiology dropped a bomb. Severe muscle loss isn't a life sentence. New research proves it's not unavoidable. In fact, some people in their 70s have the muscle strength, energy, and even look of someone 30 years younger. Meanwhile, most of their peers struggle just to stand up from a chair or walk upstairs. But these outliers, they stay fully independent into their 90s, crushing strength tests and outperforming people half their age. And they're not just surviving, they're still climbing mountains and dominating in sports. Smash that like button and hit subscribe if you're loving this kind of health content. We've got more coming your way. Now here's the part that'll blow your mind. What's the secret behind these super seniors? Turns out a whopping 93% of older adults don't even know the simple daily habits that can slow down or even reverse muscle loss with age. But researchers at the Mayo Clinic cracked the code. And the wildest part? Most doctors never mention the one powerful habit that helps seniors rebuild muscle, even in their 70s and 80s. Harvard Medical School researchers just exposed something shocking. The real science behind staying strong as you age completely clashes with what many doctors still tell their patients. And you'll want to pay close attention because the first habit on the list, you're probably doing it wrong every single day. This common mistake is actually flipping on genes that speed up muscle breakdown, turning normal aging into full-blown atrophy. Changing this one habit could be the difference between living independently in your golden years or relying on someone else just to get through the day. So do us a favor, tap that like button and hit subscribe if you're into life-changing health tips. And before we dive in, drop a comment below and let us know where you're tuning in from. Let's jump straight in. Habit number 7, hormetic stress. And trust me, this one's wild. Some of the strongest 80-year-olds out there are doing something that sounds totally backward. They actually put their bodies through stress, on purpose. But not just any stress, we're talking about hormetic stress. Here's the deal. Hormesis is when something harmful at high doses actually helps at low ones. Think of it like this. What doesn't kill you really does make you stronger. The Buck Institute for Research in Aging found that short bursts of certain stresses activate powerful cellular defenses, helping older adults preserve and even build muscle. Well into their 80s, the top hormetic stressor used by super-agers? Temperature shock. And it works like magic. Quick changes in temperature spark a chain reaction in the body, activating brown fat, boosting mitochondrial growth, and releasing adiponectin, a powerful hormone that shields muscle from breaking down. Just 30 to 60 seconds of cold water at the end of your shower or a quick cold plunge can do wonders. On the flip side, saunas and hot tubs fire up heat shock proteins that protect and repair your muscle cells like a built-in recovery system. A Finnish study revealed something insane. People who used saunas regularly over 10 years experienced 40% less muscle loss than those who didn't. And what counts as regular? Just 4 to 7 sauna sessions a week. That's it. Now for the second hormetic stressor, intermittent fasting. And it's not about weight loss. Super-agers eat within a tight 8 to 10 hour window every day, not to shed pounds, but to upgrade their muscle quality and trigger autophagy, the body's deep cleaning mode. The Salk Institute found this can ramp up mitochondrial function in muscles by 10% in just 12 weeks. That's real cellular power. Next up, the third hormetic stressor, muscle contractions. Short, intense, and insanely effective. Super-agers rely on a powerful technique called overcoming isometrics. They push or pull against immovable objects as hard as they can for 5 to 10 seconds. Full throttle. These explosive contractions send a loud, clear message to your muscles. Stay big, stay strong, and the best part? It builds strength without wrecking your joints. Here's the secret sauce. The sporadic nature of these stressors is what makes them work. They've got to be brief, intense, and followed by solid recovery time for maximum impact. When done right, these targeted stressors flip on powerful longevity genes, like FOXOs and sirtuins, the very ones responsible for protecting your muscle as you age. But don't go all in at once. Start slow, build your tolerance, and let your body adapt. You're not trying to shock your system. You're aiming for gentle stress that helps you grow stronger over time. Habit number 7, tame inflammation every single day. Want to know what nearly all strong, thriving seniors have in common? Low inflammation. Across the board, scientists now call it inflammaging, a sneaky form of low-grade chronic inflammation that silently eats away at muscle mass. It's one of the biggest reasons muscles break down faster than the body can rebuild them. And here's the scary part. This process happens quietly, without warning. If you're not managing it daily, you could be losing muscle without even realizing it. But that's not even the whole story. It gets worse. Inflammation actually blocks the very muscle-building signals your body sends after a workout or a high-protein meal. A landmark study from Tufts University found that seniors with the highest inflammation levels lost muscle mass 3 times faster than those with the lowest levels. And this had nothing to do with how much protein they ate or how often they exercised. That means if inflammation's high, your gains are gone, no matter what you do. Super-agers who stay strong well into their later years have a secret weapon most seniors overlook: daily anti-inflammatory habits. And their number one priority? Sleep. Consistent, deep, high-quality sleep. They stick to a strict bedtime and make sure their room is pitch black. No lights, no distractions. Why? Because poor sleep doesn't just make you tired. It ramps up inflammatory cytokines by up to 40%, fast-tracking muscle breakdown and wasting away your strength. Miss your sleep, and you're literally inviting inflammation to tear your muscles down. Habit number 6, optimizing your vitamin D levels. And this one's a total powerhouse move. Over 80% of seniors are missing out on this essential nutrient, often called the muscle vitamin, and they don't even know it. Here's why it matters. Vitamin D isn't just for bone health. Far from it. Harvard scientists discovered that vitamin D actually activates the very genes responsible for building and repairing muscle tissue. Your muscle cells have special receptors for vitamin D, and when those receptors get triggered, they kickstart the entire muscle growth process. Skip it, and you're silently weakening your strength every single day. Here's the shocking part. A groundbreaking study published in JAMA Internal Medicine found that seniors with optimal vitamin D levels had 25% more muscle strength than those who were deficient. That's a massive edge. But it doesn't stop there. These individuals also had sharper reaction times, better coordination, and stronger balance. All crucial for preventing dangerous falls. One simple nutrient is doing all that. That's no minor detail. It's a game changer. Vitamin D deficiency kicks in when levels drop below 20 ng/ml. But the secret sauce of super-agers, they consistently maintain levels above 40 ng/ml. And that's where the magic happens. So, what's the best way to get there? While sun exposure does help, it becomes way less effective with age. In fact, between ages 20 and 65, your skin's ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight drops by a staggering 50%. And forget the outdated recommendation of 600 IUs a day, that's nowhere near enough. Most seniors need between 2,000 to 4,000 IUs daily to hit optimal levels. Of course, it's smart to tailor your dose with a simple blood test, but without enough vitamin D, your strength doesn't stand a chance. To boost your vitamin D the right way, add vitamin D-rich foods to your plate, like fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified dairy. Pair that with 15 to 20 minutes of direct midday sunlight if possible. It's a natural kickstarter. But here's a serious warning most people miss. If your vitamin K2 levels are too low, and they often are, High doses of vitamin D can backfire. Without enough K2, calcium doesn't go to your bones. It heads to your arteries instead. That's dangerous. K2, found in fermented foods and certain animal products, works hand in hand with D to send calcium where it belongs. This overlooked nutrient combo could be the make or break for your health and strength gains. Want to know exactly how much vitamin D your body needs? Simple. Ask your doctor for a quick blood test. Once you've got your numbers, aim to keep those levels above 40 ml to stop your muscles from breaking down. Habit number 5. Gut health. Super-agers don't just eat healthy, they strategically support their digestion because aging guts can spark full-body inflammation. New research from the University of California shows that changes in gut bacteria with age are a direct trigger for chronic inflammation. That's why super-agers load up on 30-plus different plant foods every week, filling their plates with colorful fruits, veggies, and tons of fiber. They also go hard on fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut, all packed with natural probiotics that keep the gut strong and inflammation low. This isn't random, it's targeted fuel for muscle-saving health. Lastly, super-agers train smart, not just hard. They're strategic about how intense their workouts are. Sure, daily movement is non-negotiable, but going all out every day? That's a recipe for inflammation overload. Instead, they stick to moderate workouts most days, keeping their bodies active without pushing too far. Then, just once or twice a week, they sprinkle in short bursts of intense training to boost strength without burning out their system. And finally, super-agers eat inflammation-fighting foods like it's their job. Every day, they load up on powerful compounds that shut down silent inflammation before it can damage their muscles. We're talking omega-3 fatty acids, 2 to 3 grams daily from fatty fish or high-quality supplements, curcumin and turmeric, plus polyphenol-rich foods like berries, green tea, and extra virgin olive oil. Why does it matter? Because researchers at the University of California found that just 12 weeks of gut imbalance from aging can spike inflammation markers by 29%. That's nearly a third, and it happens fast. Want to know if inflammation is sneaking up on you? Just ask your doctor for a simple blood test called high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, HSCRP. It's your inflammation warning light. While most seniors walk around with levels 3 to 5 times too high, super-agers keep theirs locked in below 1.01 L, and that makes all the difference. Habit number 4 is all about protein timing, and it's a total game changer. Most seniors worry about how much protein they eat, but research shows when you eat it might matter even more. As we age, the body becomes less efficient at using protein. Scientists call this anabolic resistance. And here's the twist. The Journal of Nutrition found that loading up on protein in one big meal, not the best move. Instead, seniors need to spread their protein intake evenly throughout the day to actually build and preserve muscle. Here's where it really gets critical. Your muscles have a 3 to 4 hour window after every meal where they're primed to build protein. But most seniors miss this completely. Why? Because they dump all their protein into one big dinner, and that's a huge mistake. The key is to space meals out and hit around 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein every time you eat. Forget the toast or cereal in the morning. Start strong with eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein-packed smoothie, and keep the momentum going at lunch and dinner with lean meats, fish, dairy, or powerful plant-based options like lentils and beans. Your muscles will thank you. Here's the wild part. Just by spreading out protein across your meals, you can boost muscle protein synthesis by up to 25%. That's without changing a single thing about what you eat, just when you eat it. In a 12-week study from the University of Texas, participants who followed this strategy packed on an average of 1.2 pounds of muscle, and they didn't change anything else in their lifestyle. So if you're serious about keeping your muscles strong, or stopping them from wasting away, remember this. It's not just the amount of protein that matters. Timing is everything. Now let's move to habit number 3, preserving your neuromuscular connections. This one's huge and almost nobody talks about it. Here's the eye-opener. When your muscles shrink, it's not just about losing fiber. The real damage hits the wiring. Your neuromuscular junctions, the power outlets connecting your nerves to your muscles, start breaking down, especially after age 60. And once those start fading, it doesn't matter how much protein you eat or how hard you train, your brain simply can't fire the signals to activate your muscles. Without that connection, strength fades fast, no matter what else you do. New research from the University of Michigan found that super-agers with serious strength have far better neuromuscular connections than the average senior. And that's not by chance. Here's the exciting part. Scientists have uncovered specific habits that can actually preserve or even repair these critical links between your brain and muscles. It all starts with targeted coordination training. In the first phase, you'll focus on executing precise, intentional movements, not just random exercise. These deliberate patterns retrain the nervous system to fire accurately, keeping the muscle-brain connection sharp and ready for action. Studies show something surprising. Tai Chi, dancing, tennis, and even ping pong can actually do a better job at strengthening neuromuscular connections than standard strength training or just walking. Why? Because these activities challenge your nervous system to fire muscle fibers in specific, coordinated patterns. You're not just moving, you're training your brain to communicate with your muscles more efficiently. It's not just exercise. It's a full-on neural workout that keeps your body and brain in sync. In a 2020 study, researchers discovered something jaw-dropping. Older adults who did coordination-based activities just twice a week preserved their neuromuscular connections, 31% better than those who only followed a conventional exercise routine. That's a massive edge, and it only took 2 focused sessions a week to make it happen. The second strategy? Fueling your neuromuscular system with the right brain-boosting compounds. Research shows that alpha-lipoic acid and acetyl L-carnitine help protect the nerve-muscle connection by fighting off oxidative stress. But it gets even better. Certain forms of vitamin B1, like benfotiamine, and natural compounds like huperzine from Chinese club moss can ramp up acetylcholine, the key neurotransmitter your brain uses to activate muscles. And here's a bonus. Some super-agers practice specific breathing techniques that stimulate the vagus nerve, a powerful nerve that helps regulate and optimize neuromuscular communication across the body. Just 5 minutes a day of the right breathing technique can fire up your muscles like never before. Research shows that simple methods like box breathing, inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, can boost neural muscle activation by up to 15%. That's a massive return for such a small daily habit, and it's completely free. One of the most fascinating discoveries? The powerful link between mental activity and maintaining strong neuromuscular connections. A groundbreaking study from Columbia University found that older adults who regularly engaged in challenging cognitive tasks, like puzzles, strategy games, or learning new skills, showed significantly better muscle function over time. Why? Because the brain and neuromuscular system share key neural pathways. When you train your brain, you're also reinforcing the nerve signals that keep your muscles firing strong. Mental workouts aren't just good for memory, they're muscle medicine too. By sticking to these neuromuscular preservation techniques, super-agers stay sharp, not just mentally, but physically too. Even well into their 80s and beyond, they maintain strong brain-to-muscle connections, allowing them to recruit muscle fibers quickly and efficiently. That's the secret behind their lasting strength and agility. Habit number 2, take one specific vitamin every single day. It's a total game changer. While most nutrition advice focuses on the big stuff, protein, carbs, fats, super-agers dial in on micronutrients that power up muscle function and protein synthesis. Here's the truth. Without these key nutrients, your body can't fully use the protein you eat or the benefits of your workouts. They're like the spark plugs in an engine. Without them, nothing fires right. Miss this step, and no amount of protein shakes or reps at the gym will stop your muscle mass from slipping away. Researchers at the University of Vermont call it the forgotten electrolyte. And they're talking about magnesium, the unsung hero of muscle health. This powerhouse mineral fuels over 300 enzyme reactions tied directly to how your muscles move, contract, and recover. Here's the jaw dropper: over 70% of seniors are missing out on it. And that's a major problem. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that older adults with solid magnesium levels had 30% stronger grip strength and far better overall physical performance compared to those who were even slightly deficient. Magnesium isn't optional. It's mission critical for staying strong. Super-agers don't just rely on supplements, they go all in with magnesium-rich foods every single day. Alongside highly absorbable forms like magnesium glycinate or threonate, they load up on dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and even dark chocolate. Yes, chocolate that helps your muscles. It's all about fueling strength from the inside out. Next up, creatine. And no, it's not just for gym bros or rookie bodybuilders. This powerhouse supplement has been proven to supercharge muscle mass, strength, and even brain function in older adults, way beyond what strength training alone can do. A 2015 study from McMaster University showed that taking 3 to 5 grams daily boosts the energy supply in muscle cells and increases their water content, creating a prime anabolic environment for growth and recovery. If you're skipping creatine, you're leaving major strength gains on the table. Now let's talk about a hugely overlooked powerhouse, methylated B12. This critical B vitamin barely gets the attention it deserves, but it's everything when it comes to muscle energy and nerve function. Here's the issue. As we age, our stomach acid drops, and with it, so does our ability to absorb B12. To make matters worse, common meds like proton pump inhibitors and metformin drain your B12 stores fast. That's why super-agers don't mess around. They skip the cheap stuff like cyanocobalamin and go straight for methylcobalamin, the active form your body actually uses. Without it, your muscles and brain can't perform at their peak. Don't overlook the mineral coactors, zinc, selenium, and chromium, because these trace minerals are absolute game changers. They're essential for kickstarting protein synthesis and boosting insulin sensitivity, both of which help shuttle nutrients directly into your muscle cells. A major study from Tufts University found that seniors with optimal levels of these minerals maintained 22% more muscle mass over 5 years compared to those who were deficient. That's massive. And here's the smart move. Instead of guessing with a generic multivitamin, micronutrient testing helps super-agers identify their exact deficiencies, so they can supplement precisely what their body needs to stay strong. By personalizing supplements to match your exact biochemical needs, super-agers avoid wasting money on things they don't need and get maximum results without unnecessary treatments. Habit number 1, and it's the big one: resistance training that builds over time. This is the number one habit that sets ultra-strong 80-year-olds apart from everyone else. Experts at Tufts University didn't hold back. They called it the most powerful anti-aging drug ever discovered. And it's not even a drug. But here's the kicker. Most seniors get it completely wrong. Super-agers don't just lift weights randomly. They follow a plan that progressively builds, layer by layer, week by week. That's how they keep getting stronger, when others slow down. Super-agers who seem to defy aging itself don't just stay active. They follow targeted resistance training programs that push back hard against the natural decline of muscle. Here's the truth most seniors never hear. Your muscles follow the use it or lose it rule. But with one major twist, you have to keep challenging them. Doing the same light weights every week? Sticking to walks or water aerobics? That's not enough past age 60. If you're not gradually increasing the load, your muscles won't hold. They'll shrink. The only way to maintain real strength is to level up your resistance over time. So what makes the super-ager method different? It's all about intensity, not time spent. According to a study from McMaster University, just 2 weeks of high-intensity resistance training, pushing to the edge of failure, delivered more muscle growth than 5 weeks of moderate-intensity workouts. The key isn't how long you train, it's whether you hit transient muscle failure, that point where you literally can't do one more rep with proper form. That single point sends a surge of anabolic signals, kickstarting protein synthesis that can last up to 72 hours post-workout. It's short, intense, and insanely effective. That's how super-agers win. Next, super-agers focus on compound movements, exercises that fire up multiple muscle groups at once. We're talking squats, deadlifts, rows, pushes, and pulls, not just isolated moves like bicep curls or leg extensions. Why? Because compound lifts trigger a far bigger hormonal response, leading to faster strength gains and better muscle preservation. Of course, form and safety come first, so they scale these movements based on their mobility and joint health, using modified versions that still pack a serious punch. Third, super-agers swear by progressive overload, the golden rule of getting stronger over time. It means consistently increasing the challenge, more weight, more reps, more intensity, as your body adapts. Here's the trap most people fall into, using the same weights month after month. Your muscles get used to it and progress flatlines.